Hello, beautiful people. This is your girl Genie, and it's Genie Signatures once again. So, I'm going to be making this beautiful cape top. It's beautiful, it's trendy, it's easy, it's easy DIY. So, if this is what you want, please kindly continue to the end of the video. Thank you. It's beautiful. So, let's get right into it. Yeah, so I have an African print here, and this print on the table here is 6 yards. So I'm going to be bringing out 2 yards, as in cutting out 2 yards, because I'll be making use of 2 yards. So that is what I'll try to do right about now. So I'll be back to show you. So that I'll show you how to fold, and then we can get into the cutting proper. Yeah, so I already have the 2 yards cut out, so that there will be space on the table because it's 6 yards that I have all there. So now I'm going to be folding the fabric into 2, and then I'll be folding into 2 again. That will make it 4. It will just be as if we are cutting our basic peplum. So that's the way I'm going to be folding it. And for this style, we don't need your bust measurement, we don't need your waist measurement, we don't need any measurement. The only thing we need is our neckline and the length of the cloth. So you can see that the folded part is towards me. That is where the thing is into 2, and the other side is facing this other side, that is just 1. So that place will be our neckline, and then this other place will be my shoulder. The place facing me is automatically my shoulder. So now I'm going to be cutting out the neckline, and for the neckline I'm going to be using 3.5 inches, but for some people they can go for 4 inches, some people they can go for 5 inches, some people can go for 3 inches, but for mine I went all the way around 3.5 inches. That is what I'm trying to rotate. And please note, I did not remove the tape from that point, the pointed part. So that is how I got my 3.5 inches all the way around. And so now I'm going to be marking the length of the top. And for the length of my top, I made use of 19 inches. So depending on how you want to use, you can please kindly mark as appropriate. And for some people, they do eye low. They may want the back to be longer than the front. You can equally do that. All you need to do is to fold the back longer than the front, and it's easy like that. So now I'm marking 19 inches all the way around, and please kindly note where I placed that tape. I placed it under the mark where I marked 3.5 inches. So it's from there I'm getting my 19 inches all the way around. So now I'll try to use my chalk to trace it out very well so that it will be seen, it will be visible. That is what I'm trying to do. So that is basically all we need for the cutting. You can see that it's a very easy DIY. It's beginner friendly and it's very beautiful. So I'm cutting out the length first, and then I'll come over to the upper part to cut out the neckline. So I'm cutting out the neckline. Yes, and so that is it. So before opening it up, please kindly make sure that you notch that place, that is your neckline, so that you know where your neckline is. So I notched that, and then I'm going to be opening it up. Wow, this is beautiful. So please always ensure that when you are cutting with some African prints that have beautiful patterns like this, just make sure, placement is very, very important in African prints. So it brings out the beauty of a particular style. So you can see how that flowery part is on my shoulders. It made it so beautiful. So what I'm going to do right about now is that I feel like the neckline is a little bit small for me, so I'm just going to be opening that up in the front only. So I'm just going to be coming down by 4 inches from that where I notched earlier. So I'm marking 4 inches down. I'm going to be slitting that open so that my head can go in through the clothes. So I'm marking it out the 4 inches. If you like, you can go down by 5 inches, but 4 inches is okay for me. And so I'm going to be slitting that open. Please note it's only the upper part, the front, that I slit open like that. I didn't slit the back. The back is left the way it is. You can see it. We're almost through. You see, this cloth is very beautiful and simple and easy. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is, I initially wanted to use bias to turn the neckline, but I later discovered that it didn't give it that neat finishing I would want. So I later had to cut out a facing for the neckline, and then I used bias for the lower parts. That is for the length of the top. I used bias. I didn't use bias for the neckline. It didn't come out neat the way it was supposed to be, so I didn't use it again. So it's only bias I used for these parts. I used it to sew it all the way around. If you want yours wider, the wider you want it, the wider you fold. So I'll go to my sewing machine and I'll be right back to show you how it looks. So yeah, I'm through with the sewing and all, and I've done the bias. Okay, I've done the bias and I've equally used my facing to turn the neckline. You can see it's looking neat as if I used the lining. But if you want to use the lining, you can, please. You can just cut out exactly what is here and then you use it to turn the cloth. So I'm going to be using my hemming glue to gum the edges of this later so that it won't be coming out when I wear it, so that everything will lay flat and neat. So I'll be doing that off camera because I can't do it here to take time. That is what I was trying to explain. It's a very unique, beautiful style, and for some people, they would want to spice it up and juice it up, as in give it some kind of rich anti kind of vibes or feeling. They would go for what do they call it, a fringe, to place it at the hem, that is the lower part of the cape top. They'll just as in put it all the way around. It looks beautiful, yeah, it does. But I'm going to be leaving mine like this because I just want it plain. I like simplicity. And I don't want that rich anti kind of vibes feeling so that people will give me money. I'm just kidding anyways, don't mind me. So that is what I want to go and get the fringe to show you how it will be placed at the lower part. So that was why it took some time for me to go and check it out. I'll go and bring it out right about now. I just left you so that you'll be admiring the clothes on the table. Don't mind me, I'm just joking. I was just trying to look for where I kept the fringe. That was why it took time. Yeah, I finally gotten it. So this is the fringe. I just want to show you how some people place it on it so that you understand what I'm saying. So you see it, you just place it like so, as in just sew it all the way to the hem of the clothes, and it gives it that rich antique kind of vibe. And this another type of fringe. This one is shiny. It has sequins. It's beautiful too. You can either use one of these to make it funky, but I just don't want that. I would like it plain. That's why I left it like that. Plus, so if you enjoyed watching this video, Please kindly subscribe, hit on that like button, and kindly share. Thank you. God bless us all. God bless you. Mwah.